We move to the fourth type of variant of blogs, which talks about what kind of media you are using to highlight or to disseminate information using the blog content. We have 7 types of blogs that follow under it. Few of which you all heard of, but they fall under these parameters is what we did. So first of which is vlog, which is an extended, which is a smaller version for video logs. So what happens in these video logs? They're basically when people travel to some place, they want to give in information about that particular place, what cuisine to have, what places to visit, and blogs with regards to this format of video is known as nothing but vlog. So vlog is also becoming a very common thing with a lot of people who love traveling. They take in videos of how they spend their days, how they're using money, what kind of food they're eating, what places they're staying, what are the affordable options out there. All sort of information is given through using a vlog. So they could be in parts, could be in series, could be just 1 minute. Nas Daily, basically, if you go to see, is one excellent vlog where he gives in a lot of information based on what kind of places he visits to. Right? So that is one kind of a media which is video logs, giving information using the video format. Second kind of a format is your link log. Now this particular logs will only and only have links in its format. You want to know 10 ways of losing weight? These will be the links where you will get information. So it's comprising of what all other information is available, uska URL bit.ly format use करके you are making a shorter version of it and you're sharing it across with people. That if you want to know about this, you can visit these various links and you will get information for the same. The third kind of a log under the media type is your sketch blog. As the word suggests, they are sketches drawn by people which give some sort of information or which just are visually appealing. So there are a lot of sketch blogs available. In continuation to sketch blogs, we have photo blogs, people who love taking photos. So using a theme particularly or using just their imaginations when they travel around, they take photos and they post it across for people to see. Ideally, sketch blog and these photo blog can be seen on Instagram. People have a lot of, they have a lot nice content available on Instagram for your sketch blog and your photo blogs. Then there is another variant of blog which are typecast. Now what is typecast? Basically, they are pictures that are scanned, and they are not just any pictures that are scanned. They are whatever content is written in it is basically typed using a typewriter. Then a picture is taken in terms of scanning it, and that scan goes online. So it's basically expression of ideas, maybe poems, maybe quotes that are typed using a typewriter, scanned and uploaded in the format in any of these blog pages that lets the readers enjoy a different variation. Continuation to Moblog, we also have Tumblr blog using the Tumblr. Tumblr basically is a place where allows a lot of people to post, or maybe the way we have Twitter allowing you to tweet once you sign into it. Tumblr also is an application. Once you sign into it, you are able to share across your views. So Tumblr logs, Tumblr, that when you use Tumblr as a software and you are able to blog through it, are known as Tumblr blogs. And the last variant, or in terms of media usage, the last type of a blog is a P-log or a PH log. Now what is this PH log? PH log basically is a rare type of a blog which gives given a platform on Gopher protocol. Now Gopher protocol is again an app or an application where you have to register and then only you are able to post certain content on the same thing, and people who are using this app will have access to your information. If they are not on this app, they cannot go ahead using this particular information. So under media type, this is where these are the 7 kind of blogs that we talk about. The last is shortest, the type of device we are using to blog. Under that, we have 2 variations, Moblog and Surveillance. Now what is Moblog? Moblog is blogs written via mobile or any sort of personal digital assistant. using Alexa, using Siri, apparently again mobile. So mobile blogs that are written using your mobile phones or your personal digital assistant tools, PDAs basically, are the category that falls under the moblog category. And last is the surveillance, that is wearing wearing those wearable devices that record everything and let it know to the world. Okay, for surveillance, I would suggest that you all watch the movie The Circle on Netflix, which has Emma Watson as its main lead and Tom Hanks. They have shown that she wears a certain device on her shirt or on her dress every day, right from the time she gets up, and everything that she does, right from the breakfast, apart from her personal space, right from breakfast, the people she meets, the work she does, everything is recorded and live available to the viewers. So apparently not very much a stronger concept yet, but who knows, someday, to ensure that there is high level of transparency and no corruption basically, we could ask important personnel to wear such badges with them, which lets us into their personal life to understand what they're doing day in and day out, or maybe celebrities or brand ambassadors. So that is the whole concept of using the devices and surveillance. So these are the variants of blog, depending on music, depending on the genre, depending on what is written by who it is written, depending on what media it is used, whether it's used photos, whether it's used video, whether it's a plain written concept, and depending on what device it is used, it could be moblog or surveillance. So that is with regards to the variants of blog. Now we move to an important and apparently the last parameter is to understand the types of corporate blog. Blogs used by corporate professionals for the development of an organization or for the development of their corporate, and nothing but corporate blogs. So let's understand each of it in detail. As a last part of our chapter, we'll be understanding which are the various kinds of corporate blogs. There are apparently 9 types of corporate blogs. The very first one is the CEO blog. Now as the name suggests, CEO blog, this blog is primarily written by the CEO of any organization who either has passion and flair for writing, and B, wants the people to know what's happening with him, with the organization. So that's the whole ideology of CEO blogs. Second, we have what is known as the journal company blogs. Now what happens in this journal company blogs? In this journal company blogs, organization hires maybe 1 or 2 certified bloggers or people who really are good with their content and tell them to keep writing about the organizations happening. Maybe some party, maybe some picnic, maybe some upcoming brand, upcoming product launch, upcoming service launch, upcoming CEO meet, upcoming conferences. So let the people who are hooked to your industry, hooked to your organization, let them know using a journal format. So you log into the website of the organization and there is a whole section of blogs. So things that are happening in an organization written by professional bloggers is where the journal company blog comes into picture. Then the third one is the departmental blog. Now as the name suggests, departmental blog means each department has his or her own people who maybe have a flair for writing, may they not be professional bloggers, it's just that they have a flair for writing. So they keep updating about their organization, about their department on their common portal, on their common forum, where everybody, all the employees across the organization have access to know what is happening within the department. So if the department has celebrated or achieved a certain positive mark and it is celebrated in a certain way, a blog can be written about it, and then we can go on to referring to the various kind of blog. Probably it could just be photos, it could just be sketches, it could be a typecast kind of a blog. At the same point in time, we move to understanding the fourth kind of a blog, which is a employee blog. Now what happens in an employee blog? The employee of an organization who wants to just share his journal experiences. He may not have a tie-up directly with the organization that I'm going to write about it, but on the flip side of it, what it feels to be like an employee, how his journey was from being an executive to maybe on the higher level post, is the whole concept of employee blogs. Then we move to customer service blog. Now this is a most important kind of a blog, or a different variation which needs to be there for most corporate organizations is the customer service blog. This space allows the customers to write something for the organization, and the organization has professional consultants, has professional bloggers who reply to the feedback given by the customers. If they are happy feedback, a positive reply is given that thank you for using our product services, and we hope to keep serving you better all the time. If there are negative feedback given by the customers, if something wrong is stated by the customers, then under these customer service blogs, these bloggers then solve their queries, solve their grievances, solve their problems, and tell them that, and assure them basically that things will definitely become better and better. So these are customer service blogs. Next, we have the marketing blog, purely dealing with how the marketing of a product or service of your organization is. So when we talk about a product launch for your organization, under the marketing blog, what kind of marketing strategies or tools one is going to adapt to? Do we have quizzes so that the customers reading this are connected to you? Do we have certain free takeaways? Do we have competitions organized? Is the whole concept of marketing blogs. Second, the third last is industry blogs. Now this again could be written from a general perspective about somebody who may have worked across industries or may have worked with various organizations in a similar kind of an industry. So let's talk for FMCG goods. If there is a person who has worked with ITC also, HUL also, P&G also, all three of the companies have a different working strategy, or maybe he may be a freelancer working for these organizations, and he writes about these organizations, or he writes about how FMCG industry works, what are the possibilities of you getting into a job with here, what are the education qualifications required, what is the growth here, how one can be a part of these organizations can fall under the purview of industry level blogs. Then next is blog of ideas. Now this blog in general could be written by those who really have a flair for writing, at the same point in time fluent with their communication, and want people to support to their ideas that they are toying with. Some creative people who have a certain thought process, conceptualization about a certain thing, and they just want to know कि अगर ये ऐसा होगा so what will be the feedback of people? What will be the feedback of the general public? So they write blogs and they see what people have to react to it. So for example, from now on, if I have an idea where I say 10 years down the line, probably it would be possible that I may just touch this screen and I may be physically be present there. Something like that. And I just write about it. So people will give me reviews about it. Possible, not possible. Maybe technology is working on it. When we are talking of automatic cars, where cars will be driven through and through by robots or by just instructions, where you will not have to really sit and drive a car. Possible, not possible, maybe time will tell us, but people are toying with a particular idea, so idea of blogs falls under that. And the last of it is parody blogs. Okay, so these are basically funny kind of blogs, people making parody, making fun of your organization, and to be taken in a healthy spirit in order to ensure there is enough competition. At the same point in time, there is rivalry. So that is the whole concept of parody blogs. With this, we come to the closure, the end of our subject of corporate communication and public relations. I hope you have understood my way of communicating, my way of imparting a certain explanation of a concept. And if there is any sort of feedback, if there is any doubts, I am always open to you through the social media platforms that Online app has provided. I will definitely make it a point to reply to you at the earliest. Thank you, stay in touch, and hope we meet again through some other subject, through some other module, in some way or the other. Take care, stay safe, bye.